So, the big question on everyone's mind, is FF coin a pump or a dump? Let's cut to the chase. On the surface, the coin has seen sudden price spikes, flashy social campaigns, and influencer endorsements, which are classic hallmarks of a pump, a rapid price increase designed to attract retail buyers while early holders take profits. But that alone doesn't tell the full story, because some coins genuinely build traction after a hype period. To figure out which category FF coin falls into, we need to examine everything from fundamentals to market behavior. First, let's consider tokenomics. Who controls the supply? If the founders or a few wallets hold massive percentages and can sell at any time, that's a strong pump and dump signal. Conversely, if tokens are vested over long periods, distributed fairly, and liquidity is spread across multiple exchanges, it's harder for a few insiders to manipulate the price. Next, the team behind FF Coin matters. Are they publicly known and verifiable with a track record of projects, or anonymous pseudonyms? Anonymity isn't always bad, but combined with large free minds and sudden price surges, it increases risk. Liquidity and trading volume are the next lens. Is the coin trading on multiple reputable platforms, or only a small decentralized exchange with shallow liquidity? Thin liquidity makes it easy for price manipulation. A few large buy or sell orders can create parabolic moves, which is exactly what pump and dump schemes rely on. Marketing and social signals are critical too. Aggressive influencer campaigns, meme-driven hype, Telegram armies, and repeated moon narratives often precede a dump once insiders exit. Real, organic communities tend to be messier and more discussion-driven rather than a single-minded hype machine. Looking at on-chain data, you want to see whether large holders are accumulating steadily or offloading into rallies. Pump and dump patterns often show parabolic spikes with sudden sell-offs, while sustainable projects have gradual accumulation, growing wallet adoption, and steady volume increases. Then there's product and roadmap reality. FF Coin claims to solve specific problems: faster transactions, cross-chain utility, or staking benefits. But are these features live, tested, and actively used? A white paper is just a promise. Mainnet deployments, developer activity, and real-world adoption are proof of sustainable growth. Audits and contract scrutiny also tell a story. Verified, open-source smart contracts audited by reputable firms reduce risk, while unverified contracts with minting privileges or admin control functions hint at possible exit strategies for insiders. Next, partnerships and integrations matter. Are these real collaborations or just press releases? Real partnerships with wallets, dApps, or corporate pilots indicate use and adoption, whereas vague strategic alliances are often marketing fluff. When we combine all these factors: token distribution, liquidity, social hype, team credibility, audits, product progress, and on-chain behavior, we can simulate two scenarios. In a pump scenario, early holders quietly accumulate, hype is orchestrated via social media and influencers, price spikes rapidly, and then insiders dump, leaving retail investors holding losses. In a sustainable scenario, the coin builds genuine adoption, development progresses on roadmap milestones, tokenomics align incentives, liquidity is sufficient to support trading without manipulation, and the community grows organically, resulting in gradual, long-term price appreciation. So what's the reality for FF Coin? If you see concentrated ownership, anonymous team members, no audits, shallow liquidity, and heavy hype cycles, treat it as a high-risk speculative trade with pump and dump potential. If you see transparent distribution, verifiable team activity, audited contracts, steady liquidity, actual adoption, and developer engagement, FF Coin might be a legitimate project with growth potential. The key takeaway: don't let headlines, social media hype, or FOMO drive your decision. Verify the facts, watch on-chain behavior, inspect tokenomics, confirm audit reports, and check real adoption metrics. Remember, the crypto market rewards narratives, not always fundamentals, so whether FF Coin ends up pumping and dumping or growing steadily depends entirely on transparency, execution, and community adoption. Always prioritize research, manage risk, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose. That's the anatomy of FF Coin in 2025, a project with massive hype and the potential for a pump and dump, or one with genuine utility and long-term promise. The answer is in the details. Finally, a reality check. The crypto market loves narratives. The next big thing sells, and narratives are often far more powerful in driving short-term price than actual on-chain fundamentals. That makes discerning signal from noise a critical skill. If FF Coin's narrative is strong but fundamentals are weak, you might see dramatic short-term gains that leave late buyers exposed. If fundamentals are solid but marketing is quiet, appreciation will likely be slower and steadier, often the more sustainable path. So what's my bottom line on FF Coin? Without looking at specific up-to-date on-chain metrics, audited reports, and token distribution charts, I can't declare it pump or dump definitively. However, you now have a checklist: verify team credibility, scrutinize tokenomics and vesting, inspect contract code and audits for dangerous functions, assess liquidity depth and exchange listing timing, look for real user adoption and developer activity, and watch social promotion patterns for signs of coordinated hype. If FF Coin checks the boxes for transparency, audit, long-term vesting for founders, and real product traction, it might be worth researching further. But if you find concentrated ownership, anonymous teams, no audits, shallow liquidity, and aggressive influencer-driven hype, treat it as a high-risk speculative trade that could be a classic pump and dump. Above all, stay skeptical, do your homework, and don't let FOMO or sensational headlines drive your decisions. That's the anatomy of FF Coin's pump or dump question. Dig into the evidence, follow the on-chain footprints, and prioritize safety over hype.